What is up, guys? Yes. What is up? Hey, if you guys are joining us here on the replay, drop some fire below. Or if you guys are watching this in the Swipe File University, how freaking exciting! Um, um, I'm just pumped for you. So here, what we're going to be learning today is I'm going to be showing you guys. Here's one of the things, right? Hi, Mom. I'll call you back afterwards. All right, so here's what we're going to be learning today. Mom, if you're on live, hi. All right, so here's what we're going to be doing is today I'm going to be showing you guys how to structure your pricing, right? And so if you guys don't know about website pricing or how to do pricing in your agency or as a graphic designer or a copywriter or a website builder, that is what we're going to be talking about today. And so if you are excited, drop some fire. And here's the thing, if this one training, all right, if you just watch this one single training, I know your day might be busy, and here's the thing is I want to make sure I jam pack this training in as fast as I possibly can. But if you watch this training from start to finish, here's what's going to be awesome is you are going to save 4 years of me, all of the time that I went of how to structure my pricing, how to charge clients, how to not do it. You are going to learn how to actually do that entirely thing for your business. And here's what's crazy is I was just talking to one of my other coaching students inside the club and inside the Jeff Caldwell Copy Club. If you don't already know about that, you're not already in it. And so it was inside the club and he was asking the question, he's about ready to go out and sign up his very first website client, sign up his very first person to build a website for. And he is going to have dinner with them tonight. And so he's like super excited, super pumped up. And he was like, all right, so I really need the money. So I just told him $500. And here's the thing, like 2 weeks ago, we were talking, he was going to charge him $2,000, right? We were talking about an entirely different plan. Like, wait, I don't understand. Why are you going to give him $500 for a huge website that you're going to build? And so, so we were talking, and it's kind of one of those things where I was talking with him, and I figured this would be great to actually share with you because your pricing, right? Your pricing is one of the most important things in your business, right? Like, don't you agree? It's like you want to get paid, right? You want to get paid what you're worth. You want to get paid for your skill, for your knowledge, for your time, for everything that you have in your brain. Like you want to get paid for, right? Like you have bills, you got to eat. They got bills, they want to eat, right? Like you got bills, you want to get paid for your time, and so you want to get paid too. So if you believe that pricing is valuable, drop some fire, drop some hearts, right? Like if you believe that pricing is valuable in your business. And so because here's the thing is 4 years I've been working on my pricing, 4 years, and I'm not to say I'm done, but if you just want to know how you can shortcut 4 years of learning process in your as a website builder, that's going to save you a lot of time. So all right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share my screen. This is going to be an actual in-depth training. So if this is something that you actually want to save or like tag somebody on so they could watch later, this is actually going to be a full training, right? But this is going to be something where I think you should like grab a pen and paper and draw this out because I'm going to be drawing it out for your business, like for our business. And I'm going to literally show you what 4 years of having a website design agency and how you should actually price it. And so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share my screen and boom, let's just do entire screen because I'm going to be bouncing between a few windows. And all right, here's our handy dandy whiteboard. All right, so here's one of the things on the left-hand side. We're just going to say this is going to be called the old way, right? So this is going to be called the old way, and I am not going to lie, right? When I first started with websites, I was picking up the phone. All right, so I was picking up the phone. I was picking up the phone and calling companies and I was trying to sell my website services. And that was very stressful. Just cold calling them, hey, I could build you a website, I could do this, and just trying to hustle. Two, I was on Facebook a lot. Doing a lot of like one-on-one messages, sending people, like replying it, trying to give value, trying to show people that I could do my thing. And I was trying to get sales off Facebook. And then also like, what else was I doing? Right. So I was also pretty much like, I was really trying to sell, right? So that's probably the biggest thing, right? I was trying to really sell, right? I was trying to sell myself, right? I was trying to like, all right, like, you need me. Like, this is what I can do for you. You're going to get this. You're going to get this email responder, the website, the SEO, the domain. And I just sold my freaking pretty little butt off. And because I did that, here is a shout out and an apology up front to any of my clients in my first like 2 years, right? I extremely overpromised because I sold my butt off and I made a lot of bad deals, right? Here's the thing is I made a lot of bad deals. A lot of times I would sell based off my current situation, right? So if I needed to pay rent, my websites were cheaper, right? If I needed to pay bills, well, guess what? There was a special going on. And it didn't matter what the client needed. It mattered if I needed money right now, is if someone was going to get a hookup or not. And then I would go, guess what? I would start picking up the phone. I would call companies. I would call people that I would follow with people, and I would one-on-one message everybody else that I've been talking to. I'd just be hustling, and I'd just get better and like bigger and better deals. Like, here, 50% off, 100% off. I'll do it for free. I just need you to pay by this week. Like, come on, and it was just, I made a lot of terrible deals. And so, and here's what's crazy. It wasn't until my wife actually started fully actually helping me in the business, that they became something called the New Way, right? And so the New Way is pretty much what we're going to be talking about today, right? This is how I believe this is just one way to price and structure in your business. However, if you want to save 4 years in your business, right? Here, 1 second. Let me pause this. 1 second. All right, so here we go. All right, so let me show you. You guys can see my screen. All right, so cool. So we have the New Way, right? So it wasn't until I actually had my wife she became the graphic designer. She became the head of the business. She became the one that I support, right? She became the face of it, right? And so it wasn't until that actually happened that did I unmute it? Cool. Can you guys hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear me. Cool. All right, you guys can. All right, so it wasn't until that actually happened that it completely changed. We actually started creating different pricing. We actually started to create a whole entire different system, right? And here's one of the first ones, right? Here's one of the number one things that she did, right? She created something called monthly, right? Like, she created monthly reoccurring revenue. Right. So this was one of the things that she created in the business that completely, one of the things the old way didn't have, right? The old way, when I would sell one-time packages, right? So it would be $2,000 for me to build your website. And you would get, I love this, right? It was $2,000 to sell a website. And the thing is some of those guys, they thought yeah, they were. Here's the thing: is I would have to like haggle with them over $2,000, and I would say, here's what you get: you get this, 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 you get this. And here's the thing: is all of that takes longer than a month. And so by the time I actually had that $2,000, by the time that it was the next month, well, that money was gone. And so the next month, when I'm over here trying to pay my rent and I'm over here trying to pay my bills, well, guess what? I had the money, but it's gone. It's already spent on most of the time it was paying my past bills, right? I was already late on some of the stuff, not to like, so it doesn't like the money didn't last long, right? You know what I mean? And so guess what? Like, and then you sell, and then now you're back in the cycle, but guess what? You can't service them. And so all of a sudden, 7, 8, 9, well, they never get handled because the client is not paying more. They're expecting their website, and you totally didn't even, you're not even able to fulfill their order. And so my wife introduced something called reoccurring revenue, right? And so that was kind of one of the huge things, right? And so once that happened, it made it where we weren't taking on clients that were like, it wasn't a one-time thing. We started to have relationships with our clients. It started to be where it was like, it was, instead of having a wham shabam, thank you, ma'am, $2,000 payment, it turned into $2,500 a month at first, right? So $2,500 a month. And here's the thing: is she got that deal, not me, right? Like, she made that deal. And it's crazy because yes, that there was a monthly fee, and that's what helped sustain us. Then we were like, oh wow, like we get paid monthly. We don't have to like stress. We can eat, right? Like we can plan out. We know we're going to get paid again on the 15th. Like, that's awesome. Like, we don't have to stress so much. Like, we don't have to go out and sell. You know what I mean? I don't have to go out and sell again. That was hard. Selling all the time, that was a pain in the butt, right? So I don't have to go out and sell all the time, right? And so, yes, she introduced monthly recurring, but instead, there was a lot of upfront work. So we realized there was a lot of upfront work that we also started having to do. And so that also started to become, hey, like, there's some upfront work. So upfront, we usually had maybe double, right? So double is what she charged. So she was charging upfront $5,000 a month. And then she had $2,500 a month afterwards for any updates, supports, new landing pages, new website pages, new updates, right? You're going to work with your client way, way longer than you can imagine, right? And so, and here's the thing: the guy, the friend I was hanging out with, right inside the club, he was literally saying, "Well, Jeff, I'm not good enough to sell $5,000 websites," right? And hear me out, right? This is why you're on this training, is because by the end of this training, you're going to understand 1,000% why and how you are good enough, and you are beyond $5,000, right? $5,000 is going to be nothing compared to what we were selling and what you were previously selling, right? So this is why this training is so important, because when you see $5,000 and $2,500 monthly, your brain might not connect it and be like, oh, how am I going to get to that? But what I'm saying is, hold through this, understand 1,000% by the end of this training, you will understand, wow, I should never charge less than this. And if that, raise your hand, right? Drop some fire, drop some like, here, don't drop fire, right? Fire means you're like pumped up and excited. I want you to drop an emoji or a GIF to explain what it feels like to ask for $5,000 upfront and $2,500 a month on a monthly basis. Like, what does that feel like for you, right? Like, what does that like how does that feel for you to receive $5,000 a month? If you were to ask, remember, you're probably asking, if you're building websites and if you're doing it the way I was doing, you might be selling for 2,000. That might even be a lot. The guy that I was just talking to, he was selling it for $500 for a website. So this is what I was selling it for. So how does it feel for you to ask for $5,000 and $2,500 a month? Just let me know. Drop it below, right? Like I want to like, how does it feel like? Because here's the thing is that feeling, do you know how exciting that feeling is? Like whenever you're starting to deal with higher numbers and you're starting to deal with income that man, if I got one person to pay that, if I got two people to pay that, if I got three people to pay that, my life would change. Right. So that is what we're talking about. So this is, but here's the thing. I'm going to show you, this is, you guys understand? We're gonna talk about this. This is one stream of income, right? I'm gonna put right here. This is one stream of income. So one on one clients is one stream of income. All right. So we're gonna write that. All right. So drop that below. One-on-one clients is one stream of income. Is only one stream of income. Do you guys see that? So one-on-one clients is only one stream of income. So remember, we're talking about the old way versus the new way, right? So one-on-one clients is only one stream of income. All right. When I talk of stream of income, I'm talking about a source of income that's coming into your business, right? And so one-on-one clients, the old way is where it's just a one-time, and it's the only stream of income in our business was our client. Do you know how much stressful that is? Like how many people are out there like secretly, like don't be shy. How many people are living client to client and you're so scared because if one client leaves you, you're going to be like out of a job. Like basically you're searching for a job again. You know what I mean? Like, is that stressful? Is it stressful to live like that? Like, so like that's the old way, right? Like, no, I'm done with the old way. Like I'm done, man. All right. So one-on-one clients is only one stream of income. Does that make sense? So we're just going to say, we're just going to say one-on-one clients, right? And that's here. So we started charging upfront $5,000 monthly. And like I said, by the end of this training, you're going to understand why you should be charging at least $5,000 a month and how this cost is a variable. I want to let you know, my wife does not charge this anymore. My wife, like it would be, my wife does not, like, she would not even open up, build a logo for this price anymore. It's really crazy. Because here's the thing is this price that you see here is we only take, write this down, say from here on out, I only take one or two clients at a time. You need to adopt the exact same philosophy, right? So this right here is the holy grail. This right here, right? So we're going to say this right here is the very top of our ladder. You see that? This is the very top. Just imagine this is the final step that your one-on-one clients, this is where they're going to go. This is your holy grail. This is what everyone wishes that they can work one-on-one with you, right? You need to have a wait list. And I promise you, you will. Follow this training. You will have a wait list because this is exactly how she's built her wait list, right? And I was the guy that built the behind the scenes of the wait list, right? So like I'm just literally vomiting on you exactly how she's building this business. So it's 1000% up to you to not only take this information, but to apply this information. Here's the thing is I already went through the training. I created the training. It is now you are in the seat to actually say, you know what, I'm going to actually apply what he's saying. I'm going to get rid of the old way. I'm no longer just going to pick up the phone and call people. I'm no longer just hit people up one-on-one message. And I'm no longer going to make terrible decisions that are one-time payments. Like I'll do a whole bunch for $1,000. I'll build your website. I'll set your emails up. I'll do all of this for $1,000. That is a terrible deal. You're not doing any support for your family. You're not doing any support for your church. You're not doing any support for anyone if you do not properly set up your payment and pricing. You must set up something different. Right, so here we go. So we have the old way versus the new way. You know what I mean? So the new way, we're going to be talking about monthly reoccurring revenue. We have only one or two clients at a time. No more thinking that you're going to have 10 clients. That is extremely unrealistic. And here's the thing is, if you're like me, you probably don't want, I don't want to have 10 bosses. I don't want to have I don't want to have 5 people that I have to answer to that want my one-on-one attention, that want me to build their website. I don't want a lot of clients. I want one person or maybe 2 people that pay me a lot of money every single month so I don't have to work on everybody else's dreams. I could work on my own dream also. You know what I mean? I have other dreams than just making money, right? Like I like playing video games. I like hanging out with my family. I like playing guitar. There's a lot of things I like doing. However, my life isn't just one-on-one clients, believe it or not. And if you're one of my clients, you might be sad to hear that because I do have a life outside of clients. Right. So, however, whenever I'm working with a client, I give them my 100% attention because I only have 1 or 2 at a time. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Raise your hand if that makes sense. Like drop some fire if that makes some sense. All right. So here's what's cool. All right. So remember, the old way is not what we want to do. That was a one-time sale. The new way, we have other ways. So what do you mean? Now we are introducing more than one income stream. Well, that's interesting. Do you have more than one income stream in your business? I'm talking about outside of your one-on-one clients. Do you have more ways that you're making money? Not by unemployment, not by food stamps, not by anything. I'm talking about in your business. Are you actively making more money in the same field sector, from the same potential clients, from the same potential customers, from your same potential email list? Are you making more money? And be honest with yourself. If you only have one, that's all right. 1 is better than 0. Do you agree? But guess what? 2 is better than 1, right? 3 is better than 1, right? 5 is freaking awesome. Hey, guys, it's 11/11. Make a wish. And here's the thing. I'm one of those people that if you don't drop your wish below and let us know what your wish is, your wish isn't going to come true. So make a wish. Tell us what your wish is. Okay, so now we're going to introduce one-on-one clients is only one stream. Okay, so I have a wish too, right? My wish is that you take this and you apply it, and then you show me that you applied it. That's my wish. My wish is just that the one person, right? If there's one person that's watching this and you are the one person, I don't care if you're in the bathroom watching this as you take a poop. I don't care where you're watching this. As long as you take this knowledge and you study it and raise your hand, drop a poop emoji if you actually are taking a poop, right? I got you. I know where you're watching it. Can he really see me through my phone? All right. So, here, back to this squirrel. All right. So here we go. So I just want you to actually apply this. So set this, what I'm going to teach you, stop doing the old way and start doing the new way. All right. So now we're going to start building on the new way. So yes, she stopped selling one-on-one. Basically she stopped selling one-off projects. She started selling and added this monthly. That was the main thing. Well, here's the thing is, after we stopped it being in that survival mode, the mode where you're just oh my God, hand to fist. As soon as you get the money, you're on the way to the store to get food because you have no food and your power's about to get shut off and you have to pay rent. I've literally been paid 10 minutes before my eviction notice because then guess what? The freaking website thing was a flop, man. It totally bombed it because I oversold my butt off, right? And guess what? $2,000, it was gone in a freaking heartbeat. I left paying my rent. I had $50 to my name and I had enough gas to get home. It was stressful. It was terrible. So I'm telling you, the old way doesn't work. Hear my words. 4 years, just listen up to the new way. It's going to change your life if you're a website builder. All right, so here we go. All right, so we created monthly recurring revenue. We started charging an upfront fee because there's so much work that you have to do in the first month. You have to get new websites. You have to get your domain, your processor. You have to figure out if you have to want to work to each other. There's so much you have to charge. So upfront, we charged higher. And then we charged monthly afterwards because there's going to be monthly services. If you have monthly bills, you need to start charging monthly. All right, and now check out this. When we're on the talking to the client, right? This is kind of what brought up the conversation today. When we're talking to the client, It's not, sometimes they do have a budget. Do you agree? Sometimes your client does have a budget and they're going to say, dude, I do not want to pay $5,000. That is crazy. So you know what you do, right? So here's what you do, right? Instead of reducing your price, which is a terrible, terrible option, instead of reducing your $5,000 price in your monthly, this is where you as the entrepreneur create more products in your business that will change your life. Here we go. This is one of the things that changed our life. And here's it's called, say it, drop it with me, high ticket digital products, right? High ticket digital products. All right. So this is one, remember, this is one. And now we have two and we have this one, right? So we have high ticket digital products. Boom. All right. Is my second stream of income. Does that make sense? High ticket digital products is our second. Right, I'm going to put my because I want you to feel the my. I want you to say that. Say that out loud. High ticket digital products is my second stream of income. My second stream of income, right? One-on-one clients is only one stream of your income. High digital products is a second completely separate income streams. Watch this, right? So imagine this. Imagine we have the new way, right? We have a river right here. We have this giant lake, right? We have this giant lake, right? And we have this giant lake. And then guess what? Now we have all these rivers that flow into this lake, right? This new way, we have all these rivers, right? And these are all these streams that flow into this new way right here, right? So these are all these streams that flow into the new way of creating your pricing, right? And here's the thing, that's going to create so much more. The old way is one single stream. We had this one stream of income. So high digital ticket products is your second stream of income. And what do I mean by high ticket digital products? Right? So this is what gets really exciting. If we're over here and we're selling them a website, right? And they're going to buy a website from us, right? And this could be, or it could be an email sequence, right? Or sequence or whatever it is, right? Example, but let's just say it's a website. If they're buying a website from us, when I say high ticket digital products, right? When you hear the cost of a website, what do you think? Right? Websites cost $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, right? Websites cost $5,000. But now, what if they say, hey, look, I can't afford that, right? Okay, perfect. And this is where my wife changed the game, right? She completely added something that completely made it where this price is now justified. So instead of just selling this custom, you guys hear this? This website is custom, right? This is going to be a 100% custom, right? So this is where they're getting the one-on-one time. Remember, this is where the one-on-one client, the website, it's custom. This is us coming into their business, fully diving in with them, right? That's you coming into the business, fully diving in with them. This is a custom website. Or instead, if they don't want to pay that, they can add what's called a template. And this is one of the things where when I say my first 4 years, I struggled. Even though we made money, I mean, we made enough money to pay the bills to live the kind of life we were living, right? So my goal, I never had these multiple products. I was never doing extra stuff. I was just selling. And a lot of times it was selling one single product at a time. It was not selling multiple products at a time. I had no other stream of income. There was nothing like that. So here's the thing is from that website and the custom websites, we started adding templates. So imagine somebody says, hey, look, like I need a website for my service-based business, my beauty salon. Well, guess what? I can either work with you. It's upfront. It's $5,000 a month, and then $2,500 a month after, or I have a template, a premium template that's already built that you can do by yourself for 500. And here's the thing: is my wife. This is what's really cool, right? Whenever she introduced this, it just turned out like, okay, cool. She created a template, right? Well, here's what's really cool. If you use certain type of softwares, and we'll talk about the software in a second. If you use certain type of softwares, it creates not only can you create templates that you could instantly download, right? Remember, we talked about digital products, right? Digital products is something that the moment you create it once, and the moment you create it, it instantly can be downloaded afterwards, right? Like think about before, when we have like a house, right? And we have an actual physical product and we're saying, all right, I'm going to sell this house, and you sell that house. Well, once you sell that house, the house is gone. Well, digital products, once you sell the digital product, the template, once you sell the template, you literally hit copy and you hit send. And it sends a duplicate of what the custom website would look like, right? Of what it would look like. However, they're going to do it by themselves. This is going to be a one-time upfront. This is going to be here. Here it is. You know what I mean? So they're just getting a template. So they're paying $500. And then after a while, my wife started increasing the price to higher to $997. Right? So guess what? Because websites are normally $3,000 a month. So a template that is already built for your customer, guess what? Now they could buy the template. And now here's what's really crazy, right? You're saying, okay, well, what you said earlier, remember how earlier I said this price, I'm going to show you why it's worth it, right? So check out this. Now what happens when you get 5 template sales? 5 template sales. 5 template sales. Because here's the thing: is you create this template, you're telling everybody about it, you're excited, right? And you're like, guys, I created a website template, and guess what? It's going to help so many churches out there. And instead of paying my $5,000 upfront, it's $500. $500, and you're going to get a church template that's completely built out for your church, completely built out for giving, completely built out for your services, and you're going to get it for $500, and you just have to do it by yourself. Literally, you don't have my custom work, you just have to do it by yourself. Or if you want my custom, absolutely, I'll help you. It's $5,000 a month and $2,500. Because here's the thing, check out this. There's 2 types of people, right? There's 2 types of people. There's people that have time. Right? People that have time, and there's people that have money, right? There is people that have time and people that have money, right? But there's usually not people that have both, right? Very rarely. So here's the thing: is that's why I'm going to show you how to have both. Right? And here's the thing: is when you have both, you actually have high ticket digital products as your second stream of income. So when you have 5 template sales and you have 1 client, what happens? Right now you have $2,500 a month coming in and you have 5 template sales that month. Well, guess what? You just made $5,000. Why would you ever, if you could make instant, here's the thing, this money right here, this money requires work. This money requires work. This is work. Guys, one-on-one client is work. All right, like this requires your time, your energy, your effort. One-on-one client is a lot of work. Here, the templates, baby. Templates, let's go. Templates is instant. Come on, say it with me. Instant cash money. Oop, let's go. Come on. Instant cash. You know what I mean? Instant cash. You guys, templates are instant cash. What is wrong with this spelling? All right, here we go. Oh, I did it again. All right, templates are instant cash. Oh, look at this. This is an outrage. You know what I mean? Instant cash money. You guys get it. You know what I mean. You know what I'm trying to say, right? Template, instant cash, right? Instant cash money. You know what I mean? Those are templates are your instant cash money. This is where you're getting paid, and all of a sudden it's like you're sitting on your couch with your kids and you're watching a show or you're playing the new Tony Hawk game, and then all of a sudden you get a little Stripe notification on your phone, and then you're like, dude, somebody just bought my template for $500 and they just got an email that delivered them that template. And I don't have to do anything. It's done. It's instant. And I'm playing a video game. And all of a sudden you start making money that does not require your work. Does that make sense? It does not require your attention. It requires nothing besides an instant download, high ticket digital product. And you just have to take this training seriously. You know what I mean? You just have to actually follow through with what I'm actually showing you. You just have to say, all right, I'm not going to just listen to what Jeff is saying. I'm going to actually do, right? Have you ever heard the saying, to know and not to do is to really not know at all, right? So you just say, hey, Jeff, I know what you're saying. I get it. And you're not actually doing this. That means you don't actually get it. You know what I mean? Because here's the thing. My wife now, she only takes 2 clients max. Each of them pay $5,000 a month. And by the time you watch this training, if you're watching the replay, she probably charges way more than that. And guess what? Her upfront fee is $10,000 now. Because guess what? She does not want to work more. She wants everyone to buy the templates. Because guess what? When she makes 5 template sales, she makes more than that. So guess what? If everyone's buying the templates and they're doing it themselves, she makes instant cash. She doesn't have to do work. She can do whatever she wants and she doesn't have to work. But if somebody all of a sudden says, hey, you know what? I absolutely love your work. I'm going to pay your $10,000. What? Okay, you're going to pay $10,000 up front and $5,000, $7,500 a month afterwards. Because that's the only thing. If you want me to work with you, I need to be paid. And right now I'm already making $5,000 a month from my template sales. I don't need the extra money. But if you want me to work, and if you want me to do some of the cool things that I can do with what my websites can do, and if you want me to make you some money, well, guess what? Sure, it's going to cost you $10,000 up front with $5,000 a month. It's going to cost you $25,000 up front with $15,000 a month afterwards. Or you could buy my $3,000 template. How bold are you? How bold are you? Are you bold enough to charge your client because you know that you have 10 template sales coming in? Guess what? You have more income coming in. You don't have to stress about doing one-on work, or you might not even take on one-on work anymore. You might stop that entirely. You might say, if you want to work with me, it's $100,000 up front and $75,000 a month. Otherwise, I don't touch it. Otherwise, just go buy my template. Just go buy my template. Right? And here's the thing. You're going to say, well, wait, hold on, Jeff. Hold up. Remember we talked about this monthly reoccurring. You can't forget about this. You can't forget about the monthly reoccurring. This is just a one-time. Templates are just a one-time. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely 1,000% right. So here's what we've done. We have added another layer. Oh, do you see this? Do you see this? All right, so the old way is very linear. This is a one single product. This new way, we have added on a new layer. And I'm going to put down here, have you ever heard of this word? SaaS. Usually how you'll see it on the internet, right? Have you ever heard of that? Have you guys ever seen this or heard of this? It's called SaaS, right? Say it with me, SaaS. Right? And here's the thing, this is an acronym. This means something, right? So over here, I'm going to put my third income is a SaaS, right? And if you don't know what the word SaaS is, and this is the first time you ever heard of it, how exciting. I love when I hear new words. I love when I get to learn, because here's the thing, I'm going to teach you about a new source of income, right? This is the same thing that you're doing in your current business. We're not changing what you're doing. Does that make sense? Here's the thing. You see this? I'm going to draw this. Actually, I don't want to draw it like that. I want to like a little dash line, right? That's a terrible dash line. All right. Well, I don't really know if I have a little dash line. Okay, so on this side, right, let's just do red. This old way, I still did the same amount of work, same amount of effort, same amount of time as we're talking about in this new way. So what we're talking about is not you adding on more time, more effort, anything like that. We're talking about fixing your pricing structure so you don't waste 4 years of your life like I have doing it wrong. Because here's the thing is, this last 2 months of my business, in my wife's business, she has made more money than in the first 2 years as we were entrepreneurs. She has made more money in the last 2 months than we made in the first 2 years by doing it the new way. So here's the thing is, because we applied this way, and the more that we stick to this, the better it works. The more we follow what we've created, the better it works. And here's what's cool, right? So this last thing, my third income, right, is a software as a service. My third income is a software as a service. And here's the thing is, if you're a shoe builder, doesn't it make sense to sell shoes, right? If you're a website builder, doesn't it make sense to sell something that they could pay you monthly to use on their website builder, right? So here's the thing is, what I recommend, this last one, my third source of income is a software as a service. So one, I highly recommend you creating something called that you own, right? My wife, she owns her own website builder, and she is able to set the prices. She's able to charge people monthly to use her website builder. And on average, this brings in about $67 a month per person. Ish. $67 a month per person. And here's the thing. She was selling websites over here. So somebody was still getting money. And here's the thing is, if you have your own website builder, that is awesome. I highly encourage you to have your own. Or you can be an affiliate, right? So, or you can be an affiliate for one. So one, you could have your own. You could create your own, right? You could be an affiliate for one, right? Or there's something called white label. You could white label your own, which just means you put your logo right up at the top and then you sell it as your own, right? So you could sell your own and create your own. One, you could code it, you could be an affiliate for it, or you could be in a white label agency for it, right? And you could white label your website buildings offers, right? And so you have those three options, right? So that's the third source of income, the third source. Right. So here's the thing is, think about it. Every single person that becomes a one-on-one client, they pay the $5,000 up front, they pay the $2,000 monthly, and they pay their website builder fee. So guess what? We just turned, instead of this old way, we just made it where, and they're paying this and they're paying their website fee. So we're getting the monthly income from the service. So here's one of the things. This month, because my wife just started this, she now has 16 people paying monthly. And she's only been doing this for 4 months. 4 months. She's averaging about $1,000 extra a month just from having an extra additional software as a service. And here's the thing is some of these software as a service people bought the template. Some of these software software as a service, as a website builder, bought the one-on-one, but not all of them. Some of these people just bought the software as a service. Obviously, there's 16 people. Some of these template people, she only made 5 sales. And the website client, do you guys see this? She's only taking 2 website clients. So instead of trying to hustle and sell horrible for $2,000, she now, if you add this up in this new pricing, she has 2 clients at $5,000, which is $10,000 a month that are paying monthly. She has 5 template sales on average, if not more, all ranging between $500 to $1,000. So that adds an extra $3,000 a month to her business. And then she has 16 people that pay monthly for her website builder. 16. So all of a sudden you have 3 sources of income that are paying you monthly, that are all creating you some sort of monthly fee, that are creating some sort of income. Here's the thing is your templates are built on your website builder. Your monthly recurring subscribers are built on your website builder. The goal, as crazy as it sounds, is to get as many people on the website builder as we can, to get as many people on the templates as we can. The one-on-one clients, that is the last thing that they should, that's the highest, most expensive thing. And here's the thing, the more you want these to sell, the more that you want those templates to sell, the more that you want the website builder to sell, the higher your one-on-one price should be. Because there's going to be a time where you don't need to have a website client at all. You just have, hey man, I'm making 20 sales a month from my website builder. I'm selling 10 templates. This church just started. This construction company just started using it. This doctor just started using my template. Every single one is using your system. And guess what? You're just creating this monthly income that's steady, that comes in every month, that pays in every month bills, that creates everything. And guess what? Now you're able to scale your business. Now you're able to stop living so stressful. Now you're able to have proper pricing, right? So now this is how we created our business. This is how we have structured it. And I would say over literally this has been the most successful few months that we've had. And so if you just apply this one single training, if you just applied this one thing, you're going to save 4 years of struggle. 4 years of struggle. All right. Well, I think that sums it up. That's all I got to say about pricing. I'm going to open it up for questions if we have if we have them. So let's see. We got Armando showing up. Heck yeah. We got Russell. Russell, all right, does she still only charge $500 for templates after increasing the custom ones? Russell, that is a great question. Here's the thing. She actually increases. So we never go down in price unless it's maybe like Black Friday or something might create a cool deal. However, she never goes down in price. She always increases in price. So if you want to sell a $500 template, start at $500 and then increase your price to $1,000, right? If there's people on the fence that are saying, hey, I'm going to buy this template. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy it. And all of a sudden they're not buying it fast enough. This is what you need to say. You need to say, all right, here's the thing is in 2 weeks, the price is increasing to $1,000, right? Or you could have it in a deadline time, which basically you get a whole, now you're creating a countdown, now you're creating like some steamroll, right? So in 2 weeks, I'm going to create, right? I'm going to make it where the price doubles. So if you want it for $500 now, you must buy it now, right? So, and then guess what? They're going to buy it now. They're going to actually whip it out. And here's the thing, you're going to get some other people that you didn't even know wanted to buy your template. And then they're going to increase. So great question, Russell. So I hope that answers. Does she increase it after the custom one? She does. The more that, the more she becomes like in demand. She keeps increasing it. She keeps putting out more templates. She keeps building. You know what I mean? And so here's the thing: she also keeps creating templates. You know what I mean? It's not like she's just saying, "Hey, I got one template. I'm going to sell that one template." No, like she actually has that one template. She sells that one template. She creates another template. Now she has two templates, and she could target an entirely separate audience. And so, yeah. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this. Todd just showed up. What up, Todd? So Todd, I made this training for you. Hopefully you actually watch it from the start. This was very long, and I even used a whiteboard. And so I hope you apply this business model, because this is this type of stuff that is in the Jeff Caldwell Club, that we learn all about copywriting and learn all about how to actually scale these businesses, right? So this is the type of training. And so if you guys some of you guys are probably watching this training inside the Swipe File University. And so I'm excited for you actually to see it. And so and here's the thing is, I mean, we could always do stuff live and create it. We'll talk about traffic here in the training also. We're going to be talking about a lot of things in the club. And so kind of also explain why I'm actually doing this live, and now it's a recording on YouTube. However, that's just getting excited. All right, so we got another question. Russell. All right, awesome, thanks. What all comes in the highest level one-on-one package as far as numbers of offers, funnels, number of edits? Russell, yes, that is such a good question. All right, so he asked a really good question. Russell said, what comes in the highest package, right? So I'm going to share my screen. This is worth taking the time to actually sit here and learn again. So that was a really good question. He said, what comes in this highest package? And now, remember when I talked about this, when I was talking about the old way, I would say you get this many edits, this. I would tell you, you get this many funnels, this many landing pages, everything. And guess what? Remember how I told you I got so overwhelmed by the time I spent the $3,000, the $4,000 that they paid me. I had all this extra work to do because I promised them so much. Here's the thing is, when you start talking about, well, how many more pages do they get? How many more emails do they get? Does it really matter if they're paying monthly? If you feel that you are doing too much work, you need to increase your monthly. Because here's the thing is, this whole entire monthly cost needs to cover everything that you're willing to do, right? And talk to them, right? I don't do any ads. I don't do any Facebook ads, right? So I only help them with websites. I only help them with emails. I'll help them with their ad copy, but I don't know how to do the whole Facebook machine, right? I pay somebody to do that. I hire somebody else to do that. So what this includes, you need to decide, what does this include for you, right? And here's the thing is, once they pay the monthly, I don't mind. I'll do everything that they want, because here's the thing is, I know that they're only going to be able to handle one or two things at a time. They're still going to only want to do a few pages. I know that the amount of one-on-one work that they're going to require isn't a lot. They're paying monthly. So make sure your monthly cost is actually worth your time to do all those extra pages. What would it cost if they asked for 10, 12, 13 pages? When you're doing the old way and you're selling that old way, that's when you run into the issues of how many updates, how many edits. That's the old way. When you start applying this new way, even if you have to watch this training 3 times to really grasp why you should be doing this, right? When you apply this old way, this new way, and saying, hey, look, this new way, I'm going to charge upfront, because the upfront is all of that initial work, right? That's where those initial edits come into place. We're factoring into the upfront cost. And then the monthly is to handle all those small little edits that the client just goes back and forth, and they just take time, and that's what that comes in, right? So that's where that monthly comes in. So it's not a big deal when you have those additional. So I hope that made sense. Let me know if I answered your question. And so we got Todd in here. Yes. All right. So, all right. Yeah. Let me know, Russell, if that answered your question. And if I have any other questions before I go, let me know. I hope this training helps you change your freaking life. And here's the thing is, this is one of those things. Once you get your pricing, You're going to have more freedom to be able to do things in your business that you want to do. You're going to have more freedom to do stuff outside of your business, right? Your business is your business, your client's business, working in, like online. Let that be just 25% of your life, if not less. And I understand that might be like, what, 25% of my life? Are you serious? Yes. Right. Here's the thing is there's so many other things that you're going to want to do in your life that are outside of business. Because here's the thing is when you start getting money, do you want to have a lot of money or do you want to have time to spend it? Right. And so you need to have that balance. And if you actually focus on creating high ticket digital products, monthly reoccurring products, reoccurring revenue, if you focus on what we talked about today, you're going to have those things in your business, right? You're going to actually have those things that that continue to serve you for a very long time. So Russell asked a very good question, right? Russell says, what up, my man? Look at you, looking handsome in there at your laptop. All right, here we go. He says, great, thanks, great live. One last question. Does she focus on one niche or does she serve multiple niches? That is a very, very good question, Russell. All right, so here's the thing is my wife does focus on a single niche. And this is what she does is one of the websites, here, do you guys want to see the template website? Do you guys want to see any of these websites in action? Drop some fire or just tell me which one you want to see and I could show you. I don't mind. So here's the thing. Does she focus on one niche? So she focuses on she focused on the very first thing she focused on was service-based businesses. And the reason why she focused on service-based businesses is because a lot of the whole coronavirus quarantine lockdown happened and a lot of businesses needed to go online. And a lot of businesses always need to go online, but however, everyone really needed to go online. And so it was one of those things, all these service-based businesses, they no longer could take services. So they had to start doing services online. And so service-based business was broad enough to help a lot of people. However, service-based businesses was broad enough to help a lot of people, but not super narrow where it's going to just create a ton of competitors. And so think about this. If you want to have one template, you need to think about the template user also, right? And that becomes your one-on-one client user. And so she created a service-based business that could be helping coaches, entrepreneurs, those people, they need a calendar, right? So she built that into the template. She built those simple things that they know that client is going to need, right? Some of those guys are going to need courses. Well, guess what? Her one-on-one services sell courses, right? They sell the ability to use the courses and sell the ability to pay the high ticket for courses. And so she strategically attracts those people with that template. Says, hey, I have a template. You can buy this. This is for service-based businesses. So you're going to be able to build a course on it. You're going to be able to do this. You're going to be able to have an application funnel and you're talking to them, right? But you could also apply it to construction companies, right? All right, I'm going to build a construction company template and I'm literally going to go after every single construction company in Texas, right? And you literally you have a template now that applies to those construction companies, right? And one, they could buy the construction template, or two, they could get your one-on-one services. So yeah, so she does do niches because the template doesn't apply to some of the other niches, right? It doesn't make sense for somebody that wants to start an e-commerce store unless she created an e-commerce template. You know what I mean? And so you could even take that, right? That might be your niche. Hey, who here wants to start an e-commerce store, right? Who here wants to create their own shop, their own Etsy store, their own product, and they want to stop selling on Etsy, right? Use this template shop in a box, right? And now they buy your template and it's a beautiful one product shop template for $500, or they could pay you $5,000 to build them an entire e-commerce store by themselves, custom. Right? So totally how you want to do it. So think about serving a sector, you don't have to niche down, say only for dentists, because the same thing that a dentist needs is the same thing that a chiropractor needs, right? They all need a same structure, and then they just need to change their own words themselves. And then they could do that by themselves, right? The website builder that we talked about, or the website builder that you're going to be able to see if you are inside if you are inside, let's see. So here's the thing. I use a website builder called Aspire Builder. You can absolutely use that if you want. There's other website builders too. Or you could, like I said, you could white label your own website builder. And if you take my recommendation with what website builder to use, well, guess what? You're going to be able to easily build these templates, easily set up everything that we've been talking about. And here's the thing, the more you go along with our training, the more that you're going to see that this builder comes into place, and you're going to be able to help a lot of people with websites. So let's go. All right, if you're excited, if this training brought you value, drop some fire, share it with somebody, tag it with somebody, or just enjoy the fact that you're in the Jeff Caldwell Copy Club. If that's where you guys are watching this replay, we literally just hit 1 hour fat, guys. 1 hour on how to make money, more money in your business. I hope that helped a lot of you guys. I love you guys. Talk soon.